The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
We're almost on time tonight, gentlemen. Well, maybe 2 minutes behind.
We would have been on. We were on time, except for we started and we didn't really start.
See, it's a stumble. You know, it's like one of those things. Like we're like we just have to be off time, anyways, for the show. Like I think this is notoriously known. Like that's why you have to hit the thumbs up and the subscription button. Oh, see what I did right there.
Well, speaking of that, isn't there something new on there, right? Let's go take a look at that. What is that new thing that's on there? Well, speaking of that, all right, here we go.
Oh, he gave me 25 XP. Is it
what up,
because
Hood?
I had 0?
So, guys.
All right, so
Hey, Joe.
Matrix. All right, so if you guys look at this right here, where is it? Community. Look at this. So it has a community leaderboard, you guys. So the more active you are on in the live chat and stuff like that, I think you get experience points. And the top 3 in XP get little crowns next to their name. So I think that's kind of cool.
Is that like show specific, or is that just
take a look
for like across all? Like if you go on to 50 different shows.
It says, what is the leaderboard? A place where fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges in live chat. It resets every stream, so you can always try again. How do you get on the leaderboard? You need to collect XP. Here's how you get them. Send live chat message and send super chats and super stickers. So there we go. I like that. Hell yeah.
Oh, so let me, please don't let this be where if you just spam the chat, you get a bunch of points.
No, I'm sure there's some type of algorithm with it. Like, you know what I mean? They're making sure that it's conversation type stuff.
So you can't just keep typing 1,000 times.
I don't know. I got 75 points for just typing like 4 or 5 random messages.
Yeah, but what did you say here? Let's go. I mean, you can't just sit there and go A because you'll get blocked. But I don't think you could do that either. You know what I mean?
Thanks, Wookie. I knew you'd do something like that.
I mean, I'm on the show anyways, so I don't think I need the top XP points too, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What up, Hood? How you doing, brother?
Good, man.
Yeah, everyone in the chat's asking if you're okay.
Are we live?
We're live,
Yes.
dude.
Oh, fuck. Live. I didn't know. Hold on.
We're going to do it live.
Change that,
Oh.
So, most wanted comics.
I hate jumping in when we're already live because, I thought we were backstage, and that's where I used to, prepare mentally.
Most wanted comics.
Just show them what you do for your warm-up vocals anyways. Now you can do it live.
No,
in Corpus Christi
he's not playing. He
got a big anniversary this week, right?
Oh yeah, man, 4 years tomorrow. So I'm gonna donate a couple of slabs to Stephen's shop tomorrow. Take some books that I've been pressing for him, so he could have some cool giveaways and
donate some money and walk away.
Donate some money.
Is he selling this, or is this just on for show? They're just showing it off.
Well, he just got it.
Did he buy it?
I think the magic number would be anywhere from 18K to 22K, but you could hit him up and make him an offer.
So this is his. This isn't just something that they have at the store. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's his. He owns it.
Oh, so it's not just on consignment either?
No, man, that's his.
He bought it outright. Oh,
So
nice.
explain what it is, Hood.
So that's from the collection of Quentin Eastman's
Quentin
He's-
Eastman.
The
Quentin.
brother of Kevin
the
Eastman.
brother of Kevin Eastman. So I did a stream. I went live on Instagram when he was showing me, and I was saying that'd be funny if like Kevin goes, "Hey man, what the fuck, man? I gave that to you. That was a gift." You know.
Shout out to
So,
Mr. Longshort for the super chat. Appreciate you, brother.
So on the back here it says certified authenticity, Kevin Eastman. It has a picture of both brothers, and I think it's a cool piece. I think that levels it up, the whole story around from the brothers collection, stuff like that. And I believe it was a heritage auction. I can't remember. The funny thing
20%
that
off.
that Hellboy comic, the first appearance of Hellboy, he got that in Dallas, and he was telling me he was looking everywhere, and some dealer was fucking with him and shit like that, and he was telling me a couple of bad experiences, but he I think he was looking for one to give away because there's a lot of Hellboy fans and stuff like that. So
That's cool. Well, shout out to Most Wanted Comics in Corpus Christi. They're
yeah, so Solo Wookie might be there, and I know Yee might be there. So
Solo Wookie's out
Yeah.
in Austin right now. I forgot about that. Is Solo Wookie did Solo Wookie move out there or not in Austin, Texas, San Antonio?
San Antonio, and which is Joe and I were talking about that. He's like an hour and a half to Corpus Christi. I'm like 3 hours or 3.5 or something like that. So yeah, so I got to wake up pretty early.
yeah,
to
dude,
make it
it's gonna
there.
be fun. Like, hey, dude, like, yeah, man.
Yeah,
I,
Is Mark
you know
Spears gonna
what,
be
dude?
there?
I'll take you to a badass food truck, dude, that has phenomenal tacos, dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I
dude,
will
they're
get
fire
extra
tacos, dude.
toasty before
Oh,
I
bro.
go there.
Bro, they're good.
I mean, mental prepared for the show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Like I get my own like Joe's gonna like personally show me around the city to different spots to eat. He did that last time too. He was like, he's
Nice.
like, "Did you just eat breakfast?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did." But look, real quick, I'll go get hungry again. And so let's go get breakfast tacos. I literally did that after I ate breakfast at my hotel.
Well, we don't have a woe book this week, but we definitely
Do we have a blow book?
We definitely have a blow book, and it's one you know about, Hood. It is it's a fucking pretty crazy book, and we're gonna have to show everybody what it's about. There we go. Oh, that blows. That blows.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, that's horrible, bro.
This is
Bro,
one of the
that's fucking
craziest
nasty,
covers
bro.
I've ever seen, dude.
Bro, that's just not right, dude.
I mean, it has tentacles and everything.
Bro,
First of all, where is her left leg?
it's
is that
probably up
tentacle?
her ass, dude.
It's gone. She's a hop. She hops.
It's that umbilical cord.
She's a pogo stick.
Yeah. Where's his?
She
Bro,
lost it a long
Oh, I
time.
see his
She
other
lost it a long
foot.
time ago.
There we go.
What are those fucking white things, dude?
Smoke,
Tentacles.
bro. Tentacles?
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't read it.
Well, you said it confidently. You go tentacles.
I would assume so. I'm just guessing.
Shout out to DJ. Appreciate that. He says Stein Crew rocks. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, this is a crazy book. So basically what it's about is a human woman gives birth to a Nephilim, which is a half human, half angel baby. And up until angel baby becomes like an adult at like 18 or something, how many years, they look like those little cherubs, I guess. And now he looks like a fucking crazy demon baby or something. I don't know. And everywhere he goes, just problems happen. So the town, wants to get rid of him and stuff. So, yeah, pretty crazy book, pretty crazy cover. I mean, look at the
Was this Jay Lee?
Jay Lee, yeah.
It is Jay Lee.
Okay.
Yep. Be Not Afraid, #1, the Jay Lee regular cover, right? Is this regular? No, this is
the
yeah, there's a Virgin as well, 1 in 15. I think it's a B cover and then a 1 in 15.
Did you see the there is a really good variant for it right here by Ariel Olivetti. This is the 1 in 15. But man,
kind of getting mixed messages where the title says "Be Not Afraid" and then it's showing me stuff like this.
Look at the crucifix. It's got one of those like tongue things on it we saw the other day. Hood.
What the fuck, bro?
Look at this. Look at that crucifix. It's an eyeball. Ugh.
Dude, look at that picture in the back. They've like scratched his face out.
Yeah.
Like what? Dude, this is like freakish.
Yeah, this
is what happens when the doll like gets loose and like it's burning down.
Man, this is the type of shit that like serial killers draw and shit, man.
Right.
Bro. Who's the artist?
On which one? This one?
That book. Yeah, you need to run a background check, motherfucker, bro.
Reiko Murakami.
Stay out of my neighborhood, Murakami.
If you see him at a con, you might have to like throw holy water on him.
Yeah.
Go old school, man. Like my grandma, she said the only thing that could kill chupacabras was like machetes, dude. Need a machete to kill this motherfucker, bro. Dude, that's just nasty, bro. Ugh.
Crazy book. We'll have to keep our eye on.
Hey, Mom!
Yeah. Ugh. Moving on to Buy the Dip, ladies and gentlemen.
Like, she's looking at it like she's taking a shit, dude. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a curse of like every time you look at eBay of what's sold, and you're just like, oh, I would have picked it up at that price. So a CGC 98 recently sold for $360, which is the first sale of the year. So that kind of blows out average and all that because it's just gonna say like 360 or something like that for the last 90 days. And all. But last year the average price was $364. We had a high of $475 and a low of $292. This book once had an all-time high of $600. And honestly, with the popularity of Scotty Young, Venom, and Deadpool, I don't see why this is not always a winning combination. So it always has its ebbs and flows, right? Do you think 360 still sounds too much? 300 is too much? And a 9.8? I feel like I would buy that at a 9.8 at that price.
What's the census on this one?
Let me check. That's a good question.
I think 300 is a good one.
Yeah, I think that's a fair price.
Yeah.
I think I paid a raw for like 200 or something like that. Maybe even 300. Traded for something for it.
Yep.
This has that weird title.
I don't think I've ever owned this book.
I haven't either.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Interesting.
Let's see. Deadpool.
I have it in a 9.6.
A CG
I have
graded 9.6. Nice. It's not like you're.
It has.
No, it's a raw 9.6, Brian.
No, it's CGC.
I know. That was a dumb question.
Yeah, I could grade my own.
Yeah.
Okay, finally
Igor
found
made
it,
a good
sorry.
point. The market
I
is
have
too,
a 9. I have a 9.7.
The market is
All
too
right.
saturated with homages for this book.
There are. Oh wait. Okay, there are 1,634 total graded. That's like every single label. In a blue label specifically, there's 615 9/8.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Newsstands though, there's
Hey,
only
do
40
you
graded.
think artists come out like when their book is being over homaged and they punk each other at like shows and say, "Hey, bro, don't be drawing my shit, dude. I don't care if you put after me on the book. Don't be drawing my shit."
No, remember that happened with Rob Liefeld and that artist that they were showing off a homage of New Mutants 98, and then he got all mad that they didn't put the after Liefeld
He should.
like moniker.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that statement, but they were just previewing it out, I guess, or something like that, is because so it wasn't finished art.
Mm.
But yeah, that was the one thing he noticed, and then made a stink about it or whatever.
It would just be cool to see it like on the con floor, like somebody getting punked. Like stop drawing my shit.
Yeah.
I mean, but
moving
why would you
on.
just do it at a con when you could do it on social media and the internet where
Yeah.
it would spread everywhere?
Yep. Moving on to another book that's been on By the Dip many times before and has just crashed so hard it's unreal.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Darth Vader #3 from 2015, first appearance of Aphra and the Murder Droids. This book is a great book, and there's no way in hell this should be a $120 9/8.
Yep. So 98 recently sold for 120, and on June 1st it hit its all-time low in a 98 for $80. Yeah. So first print autograph. That's what we're talking about here.
So this week it sold for $80.
Yes.
I would not sell this book.
Not me
I mean,
either.
Sell this.
I'm
Fuck
saving
that.
all mine. I'm not even gonna. I got a couple more left. I'm not putting them up.
I would.
Bro, if
I
you
would
need
just-
$80 that bad, go mow a lawn, bro. Don't sell your fucking books like that, like this book. It's a key book.
3 major first appearances.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I guess.
This has a 90-day average for 126. The last year, the all-time high was 335. The low was 84. So, I mean, I guess I could kind of see if, I don't know, even at a 120, do you think it'd ever hit that 300 high again this year?
I think this should be an easy
Well, if they announced a
$200
hot chick
9/8
to
at
play,
lowest.
to play her.
Yeah, once they announce her being in some type of show or anything, they should do a Vader series where she's a character. They 100% should do that. First Vader comic series was such a good series.
Great.
The second one was such a good series. They should do that series on Disney whatever Plus and do it well. And man, that would be so good. And everybody wants that. That's something everybody wants.
Do you really want them doing anything Star Wars?
I want them
right
doing
now?
it good. I agree with you, Stein. You can't.
So,
I'm
like,
not gonna trust
Andor
anything.
didn't do well?
Andor did well. You're 100% right.
Like,
Yes, I watched it. It's very good.
Season 2 did better than season 1.
But everything else has been garbage.
Right.
I mean, Disney Plus is just like in the dumps anyways, right? Okay, and then
Well,
this
you
book
get
had an
enough
all-time-
people to say, you get enough people to go, Star Wars is dead. It sucks every show. Like, you ingrain that in everybody's mind and it can never go further. Right. You're almost like willing it to, it's just like right after COVID, everybody comics is dead. And then TMT 85 sells for 15 grand. So, like, I don't know if we do this on purpose so the market can go to shit so that we can all buy everything. I don't know what the play is here. Like, clearly Star Wars is not dead. You go on eBay and look at all the shit that sells. So if it's dead, why is the shit selling? I don't know.
I
Like
mean,
they
I feel
just had all that from the guy's collection, all the Star Wars toys and figures, and it set records. So if it's dead, why is somebody fucking buying them? See what I'm saying?
I mean, it's always going to have a fan base no matter what. So,
But it's dead. You know what I mean?
I mean,
like I'm a fan of the Cowboys, but not anymore.
Yeah.
We'll see how it plays out.
I mean, there's those people that are always collecting to get everything too, as well. So they're always going to be buying.
Listen, man, you can argue that all you want, Hood, but Star Wars comics are dead.
Well, yeah, because nobody knows how to write. Nobody's writing. And in my mind, they should just use the AI tool because nobody's calling out writers for using AI.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like you read the book, oh, that's AI. That doesn't happen. So I guess you could use AI to write the fucking book so we can get a great story, right?
I don't know. I've read some AI writing. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I'm sorry. I'm getting all worked up, man. Don't say Star Wars is dead.
All right. If you want to really see it dead, check out the variant prices for this.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I feel bad for people like Comic Man Andy, I think paid like what, $2,000 or $3,000 for it.
Oh, for the variant.
Yeah.
What is the Roca 1 and 20?
Remember he put the seatbelt on the slab? Took a picture of it in Baltimore.
Yeah.
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 But I mean, that's the way it goes. It'll come back around. If there's nothing going on, they haven't done anything with this character, well, it shouldn't go up. It should go down because there's nothing going on with it. But that doesn't mean that you dump it. You get some of these things you got to let marinate, you know?
Don't get me wrong, Will. There are Star Wars books out there that do well because they're rare. And but the problem is I have never seen a crash in comics like I've seen on Star Wars books in the last 5 years. And I don't care if you guys want to say, oh, COVID price is elevated. I don't give a shit. The Star Wars books have died so hard that people refuse to sell the books because they're so low. I'm just going to keep it. I'll take the hit. You know what I mean? That's bad when that happens. They are.
Yeah, but when they were selling all over the place, I mean, it didn't even matter what character it was. Every single first appearance. Oh, this is $150 book, $200 book. I mean, it made no difference if anybody knew who that character was. Nobody cared.
Yeah, I think that was overdone when you're looking for the first appearance of like Chief Chirpa, like an Ewok and shit. I got it. It's a 9.8.
I mean, I'm not complaining. I was selling Black Chrysanthemum books all day for something I bought for $2 or $3, and then it was selling for like 20 more.
We know what happened. They turned him into a pussy, and that book went straight down, like in real time. You know.
I mean, I got rid of the majority of what I had. So I mean, if people believe in it, awesome. But
yeah. One of the books that we talked about on the show the other night was that Darth Maul, Son of Dathomir, #1 retailer roundtable diamond exclusive, sold in a 9.8 for $100. So
yeah, that's something like that is crazy to me, right? The RIP.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
That storyline, anyways, too.
To the Almost 10. We have a classic Spawn issue. Shout out to Solo Wookie, who is in chat, and I'm going to tell the story because he's in the chat. Spawn issue #5, first appearance of Billy Kincaid and Shirley Johnson, is on the Almost 10 tonight. Starts us off. This book almost ended the marriage of the McFarlane. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm going a little too far. But I went to the Alamo Draft House Spawn 301 event, the record-breaking 301 event. and McFarlane was there, and I went with Solo Wookie and Kyle, and the Alamo Draft House has a bar, so we get our stuff signed by McFarlane, and we go sit at the bar, and Solo Wookie has I don't know if he walked over to her or she was sitting by us, but he walked over to Wanda, and he starts chopping it up with Wanda, and she comes over and he's like, tell us a story about Todd, from back in the day. And she goes, well, I was the original editor on Spawn, and when the Billy Kincaid storyline started, I told Todd I didn't like it. It was too dark and he needed to change some things. And he said no. And she said, well, then I'm gonna quit. And he said, you're fired. So that was awesome. But crazy book. Dollar bin book, maybe, $5 at most at comic shops. Now, because of the Shirley Johnson series, the new series, which is great so far. I mean, one issue in, but this book is starting to see a rise. How much were CGC 9/8 before this, Stein? Did you look?
Like $75, and now they're $120.
How much are newsstands?
I don't think there's been a newsstand 9/8 sell for a while. I don't think so.
So it'll be interesting to see what that sells for. So if you have it, you might test the waters.
Now, obviously, the first 25 issues of Spawn in newsstand are not really that rare. I mean, they were back in the early 90s, they were pushing those things. I mean, they're pushing anything Image to any outlet that would sell it back then. So they're definitely not nearly as rare, but they're harder to get in high grade, I guess.
I don't like this cover too. This cover is not the best Spawn McFarlane. It's probably one of the worst. Hold on. It's probably one of the worst covers in the run, to be honest. Right? So
yeah, Spawn's dead.
DED, dead. Next, a book that I sold last night for, I forget what I sold it for. It was around this. Atlas issue number 1 from Avatar Press in 2002. Crazy story on this book. At Phoenix Fan Fusion this weekend, they reprinted this and are selling it in foils, magma, red, blue, yellow, green, purple. And I saw it on our Wednesday show and I went, what is up with this? And Clutch goes, does Tidal Wave have anything to do with this, the original? And I go, yeah. And I opened it up. I go, let me check. I opened up the original. And sure enough, Darren Davis and Tidal Wave, this is their book under Avatar Press. So they're able to reprint it. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, because they own the rights.
Yeah.
Or the IP of it?
Yeah, they put it out under Avatar Press. It says Darren Davis, created by Darren Davis and Tidal Wave Productions. It's downstairs, or I'd show it to you. But yeah, and we're like, well, that's how they can do whatever they want with this, which kind of sucks because this is a super rare early Scotty Young book that a lot of people don't know about. I mean, look at the old school graffiti style signature he has on it. This might be like his might be like his third cover, fourth cover at most, something like that. I'd love to find out, but yeah, $45 raw.
Yep, interesting. I did not know that.
Here's the crazy part about this. Check this out. So the Scotty Young is a variant. This is the regular cover. Oh, sorry, that's not the regular cover. This is the regular cover, the A cover. The Scotty Young is a D cover. This is the B cover by Talent Caldwell. There's a C cover. Look at all these variants. All the way back in the day, Darren Davis was like, variants is the way to go. But here's the interesting one. Not only does it have early Scotty Young stuff, it also has what a lot of people consider the first Mark Brooks covers, Atlas #1 cover E, and this one right here, Atlas #1, the variant. They don't even call it anything. They just call it the Judo Girl variant. And this, this book sells for $75 plus. There's only 2 of them on eBay right now. I sold one of these last night too. I sold both of these books last night.
That's literally the exact same cover as Judo Girl.
Yep.
Hey, can you go back to the cover A?
Yeah. Not very good. Old school. So
Is that cover A?
yeah, that was cover A.
Or
Which
one above that?
Oh, the one. Oh, this is from Dark Horse. This is a different book.
Oh,
Yeah. So, but yeah, be on the lookout for
that
those.
Atlas sucks.
Yeah, these books.
What was that
All
guy's
right.
name? Bruce Zick?
I don't know. What does it say?
Oh, you don't own any Zik away?
Yeah. So, all right. Moving on. This is a great book too, Stein. Funny Animals #1, old school indie. What's his name? Robert Crumb. A lot of people think another book is the first Mouse, but he first appeared in this, right?
Apparently, yeah. And my mind, when I was just trying to search for it, my mind kept spelling it animals over and over, and it's aminals, not animals. Like I couldn't. My mind was just switching the letters to where it was supposed to.
Oh, okay.
Oh, where your brain like autocorrects the writing.
Yeah. It was completely. I'm like, why can't I find any information on this book at all? And then I finally was like, oh, hold up, that's not spelled animals.
How many cat videos did you get to watch?
It's funny.
Do the mice want to eat her ass? What are
those? Are cats, bro.
Those are cats?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's a chicken.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
and he's looking at her leg with the chicken leg.
Oh, okay. I get it.
I want chicken. I want liver. Okay.
Classic Robert Crumb. So,
CGC 9.0 sold for $350. The last sale earlier this year for this in 9.0 was $275. Last year it sold for like $100. So
that's a cool book. Cool book. 1972. These are the type of books I search out at cons. These are the only type of books I look for.
Yeah, the original chicken head.
Next, we have a really cool book. Sonic the Hedgehog, issue number 39, specifically in the newsstand. But this is a awesome book. Great cover. Cool character. First appearance of Mecha Sonic.
That looks cool.
Yeah, this one sold raw for $175.
Damn.
The last raw newsstand that I could find was only about $50. So I don't know if this one was like just super high grade or somebody, but it had been like a year since I could find a newsstand.
Man, this looks like a book that is going to be so tough to find, man. Like number 39. Like, bro, that cover is fire.
I like it. Totally.
Yeah, that Archie run is so big, and it's really hard to try and remember which Sonic books are ones that you would want. Out of some of them you don't, but some of them are big dollars, and it's hard to remember which one's which.
Yeah.
Yep. Damn, I'm gonna have to look for that for one of these. Moving on. Eerie issue number 23. The amazing Frank Frazetta. What is the name of this painting? This sold not too long ago. The original.
Yeah, for remember. Like $2 million or something. Like
yeah,
that.
Something crazy. Yeah,
something absurd.
Yep.
Yeah, this one, CGC sold 9.2 sold for 2,500. The last time a 9.2 sold was in 2016, so almost 10 years ago.
Wow.
And somebody bought it then for $350.
Wow.
So good for them.
Yeah, that's a cool book. I love all these old school, creepy, eerie's, old school magazines. So,
what is it about Frazetta's stuff that is so appealing, though?
he draws women
honestly,
in a style. First of all, he draws women in a style that is like second to none. It feels very like, 15th century or 16th century style art, like there, and the he's got this very cool old school classical painting style that he has, and he draws women in. There's nobody that draws women like Frazetta in art,
and he captured the hearts of millions of metalheads.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I'm being serious because of the different album covers he said.
Yep.
And so I mean, like, he has those epic drawings and everything, and then I would assume the same people that are buying those records are buying like eerie magazines and whatever else as well, too, right?
There we go. The Egyptian Queen sold for $6 million in 2023.
Damn.
Shout out to Cal.
I knew it was in the millions. I just didn't remember how many millions.
And dude, his granddaughter is freaking awesome. Sarah Frazetta.
Cool.
Yeah,
she's cool. Yeah.
So cool. So,
how many of your current house do you live in would it cost?
Yeah. Next, this is a classic, almost 10 book right here. We've talked about the Eltingville Club multiple times on the show for crazy sales. And this is Instant Piano #1 from Dark Horse in 1994, the first appearance of the Eltingville Club. So,
yeah, I'll be honest. I don't think I would have ever thought to buy this book at all.
If you saw this, you would buy this.
You're probably right. I probably would. Just
for
the cover.
Yes.
But I wouldn't have had any idea that it had any significance whatsoever.
Nope.
I would have bought it for the look. Wow.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I got to shout out all the people in the chat that do this. This has been going on for a long time, and I don't know if we've talked about it before, but people will say how many they have on the list this week, or how many they have out of the list this week on the each chat. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So the count,
yeah.
Oh man, we were doing that with Long Story Short for a while.
Yeah,
and there was a guy in there. Who was it? Mel Vaughn.
Yeah,
right. He had like
isn't that Mel?
Like every no, different guy. Different guy.
Different Mel Vaughn.
Yeah.
It freaked me out too. I was like, is this Mel trolling me right now? Like,
yeah. Well, I wonder whatever happened to him. He had almost every fucking book,
I think his work shift changed or something like that. Well, who knows? But because he was watching rewinds and then would say like every week he would have about 50% of the books. It was kind of crazy, if not more.
Well, I would say that over the how many years have I been writing this list? 10.
Decade. I was gonna say, is it a decade yet?
Yeah. I probably have only owned like 20 books out of 10,000.
That's awesome.
I'm 99% sure I have none of the books this week.
So what is that, like 0.1%?
Yeah, I mean it's literally every single week. I never have any of these books that are on here.
$50 raw for this. It looks like it. I've never seen this book ever. James
is it one of those
Kreider says he picked
situations you
one
can
up.
go into the past and then give yourself your own advice and then
Maybe that's a good. Ooh, maybe I should do that. Yeah, I like that.
Next, Godzilla Rivals. Here you go, Hood. Issue number 1 from 2021. The Jeffrey Veregi 1 in 10. Early Veregi, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait, when
So
was Veregi's first? I'm gonna look.
So
that
did
up real
Marvel
quick.
steal the Rivals idea from here? Find out tomorrow on Drama Alert.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, when I saw this, I thought this was Godzilla versus Hedorah, but it's actually not. It's just Godzilla Rivals number 1, and now they've done like some other rivals with some of these creatures or whatever. But this is a 1 in 10.
That's crazy.
So for 75 raw this week.
That's got to be a tough book, man. I've never seen that.
We do not have Veregi on the list. We got to put Veregi on the list.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna add him right now.
Did he pass away? I thought he passed away.
Yep, cancer.
Yeah,
He did.
yeah. That was like 2 years ago, huh?
Yeah. Dude, he did a series. What was it? It was a Native American series, and there's a cover where the guy hanging and the noose is a snake, and it's so good.
Oh, that was like when they were doing like the they did a lot of those. He did a ton of those Marvel variants and stuff like that.
Well, he did all the covers for that series in this one. But I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, he did have some cool G.I. Joe covers too. Oh, yeah.
Very cool. All right, moving on. This is a total a book. Another book I would grab if I saw it in a dollar bin for sure. Is it Jontar or Jontar? Jontar issue number 3 from 1986, Mature Magic Press. Mature Magic Publications. I would pick
I'm
it
not
up.
really sure.
Looks
Jontar?
like it looks like the 5th Beatle right there, bro.
I'm going to pronounce it Joint R.
Jontar, the 5th Beatle.
I mean, hey, Jontar made it to issue number 3, so good for Jontar.
The other 4 were in a band. Jontar was fighting
Yontar.
demons.
This is actually isn't this a pretty big IP? I feel like I've heard of this before. Yontar.
Oh, it's Yontar.
Yeah, look at this. It's a big IP.
Uh-oh, we're going down this rabbit hole. Here we
Whoa. That's not a good cover at all.
go.
Originally published at the height of the indie black and white comic boom of the 80s, the Yontar miniseries was self-published by Bill W. Miller. He enlisted 5 separate artists over the course of 9 issues to realize his widely warped and singular vision, which includes disappearing camels, petrified elves, lizard lords, Christian punk cults, and even a gritty 90s style reboot, rebranding the franchise with era-appropriate anti-heroes. They say this dude definitely did drugs. Definitely.
Whoever asked if it was if it was Frank Miller's artwork, this is actually his uncle.
Yeah,
It's
Bill
like,
Miller.
where's my camels? They disappeared.
Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. $70. What was the condition on it?
I don't even know what the condition on this one
Probably
was.
garbage.
Probably garbage.
Yeah. Next, a classic book that is also on the Beyond Wednesday's Comic Creator First list. Severed Souls, The Order of the Revenant, issue number 10. The very first Lobos cover out there. But there's something weird with this. So if you guys don't know, I believe it says here, first solicited cover. Severed Souls number 10. But his first cover that he ever did was that got put out was Robin Hood Baby Yaga. It was supposed to be just a pinup, but they turned it into a cover. So pretty interesting, right? Yeah.
That's
we
weird.
found out when he jumped on the show with us, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I think it's great too because this comic shop that put out this cover is in my area, and I don't own a copy.
do they still have them at the shop?
No, I don't think.
Oh.
Like as soon as people found out, they bought out the shop of whatever they had.
I think I got a signature series, or I got signed copies that I think somebody sent me, and I can't remember who right now. I have them written on the bag, but a viewer sent me a signed copy of this and the holofoil, I believe.
I think aren't they mostly all signed?
They might be.
Now, I don't know. So I don't know much about this book, but when I was trying to look for it outside of sales, I did end up on their webs, like maybe it was like their blog or something like that. And when this came out, they were actually soliciting this at a con, and it had a con logo on it. So and it was basically the exact same cover, but right above where it says Dimension, and I can't remember which con it was, but it actually had a con logo on.
Let me guess, Comic Palooza.
I don't remember which con it was, but
well,
yeah, I didn't know much about this one.
This is interesting. James is saying that Valkyrie Saviors is the book that was the print up, was the I guess the book that he's talking about, but I think he told us, James, that it was this book right here when he was on with us. Maybe we're wrong, but yeah, this book right here, Lobos. This came out in 2022, it looked like. So, but
oh wait, it was in a pinup a long time ago, huh?
Yeah.
The previous.
So the pinup was in this right here, James. Valkyrie Saviors Choppa Larissa edition. Okay, I get you. So you're saying Valkyrie Saviors. What is it? Choppa Larissa edition.
I don't even know what those words mean.
Can't even find it. Maybe this, I don't know, man. Let me see here. Images. Well, we'll have to do more research into that because that's interesting. I'd love to, James, go into the Beyond Wednesdays thing that's linked in the description of this video and let us and put it in there, man. I'd love to have that in there. All right, moving on. Bjorn Barons, Red Sonja number 8 Virgin variant from 2024. We talked about this when this came out. This is a gorgeous cover.
It really is.
Yeah.
Again, I don't really know how Barons. I mean, I teeter on how he's doing this, but I mean it's a striking image, with the clouds and the sun rays while she's standing on top of the skulls. It's yeah. But yeah, 1 in 15 Virgin sold for 35, which honestly for a new Dynamite where they've got 10,000 variants, it's hard to find any that do above what the ratio is. Most of them don't because there's just too many. There's too many versions of everything.
Oh, what was that? That was weird. Hold on here. Everything
It
just
wasn't
got
even near
messed
my
up.
mouse.
But yeah, I mean, like even if you like zoom in on this cover, it just look, even the closer you get to it, it doesn't like get any worse. It looks really good when you kind of zoom in on all the features and stuff like that.
So Tony Fix says Barron's OA could be in a museum. Here's the interesting thing. Bjorn Barron's creates his art the same way Mark Spears creates his art. They do it through digital. So there is no OA for Bjorn Barron's stuff.
Oh, so it's like the 3D modeling. I was gonna
3D
say it looks
modeling
like
and
it's
then
like,
painting through the
yeah.
art. Yeah.
I was gonna say it looks like it's a like he's like a video game designer, created a character, took a snapshot, made it into a cover.
Yeah. And then they paint it after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, I think I'd want this one.
Yeah. I agree.
Mama.
I love it. Moving on. Perfect Almost 10 book. Melvin's Macabre hardcover from Bad Egg Publishing this year. Just
Bro,
came
that's
out.
awesome, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Meat Canyon's Melvin's Macabre. Macabre,
yeah,
Macabre. I don't know how to say it.
It's macabre.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw this cover and I was like, whoa. What's that character from the newer Star Wars, that the little lady that had the big old eyes with the goggles?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, Mar.
Who?
Mar. I don't remember her last name. Isn't it like Mar or something like that?
It looks like a Garbage Pail Kid. You're right, Timothy.
Yeah, so this one's
Large
apparently this one apparently is, so it's a hardcover, and apparently it's got 4 different like full stories in the book. 4 different graphic novels or something like that. I couldn't find what these initially sold for. But like the first ones that sold on eBay were only like $60 or something like that. So it wasn't much. My guess is it was probably $50 maybe. Yeah, but now it's $170 to get this. And that Melvin's Macabre, it's like in a red foil. You almost like, this one's kind of like makes it real obvious, but when you're looking at like the actual book, it doesn't really show up that much.
Well, this is interesting. Zabit says Meat Canyon is a popular on YouTube and Twitch. The Bad Egg Publishing seems to only publish comics by YouTuber. Is Bad Egg Publishing, because then Zabit says it's the same company that releases Godslap. Godslap is a book that we've covered on the Hot 10 before. That's that book put out by Penguin Zero, aka Charlie, one of the biggest YouTubers on the planet. And he does a bunch of, he creates his own comics. So I wonder if he's publishing these comics too. Does anybody know if Bad Egg is Charlie's publishing thing? That'd be interesting. So
I mean, this book looks like, I'm looking for the slave labor
yes,
decal, right?
totally,
It's
dude.
got that.
Totally.
Oh, it's Moss Quintana.
Kind of has the feel of a Johann Vasquez type of deal.
Yep.
That Lenore and all that stuff.
Yeah. Very cool. And finally, you guys, everybody was laughing at the simps that bought this, the quote unquote simps. And now everybody's going, man, those guys were smart investors, because how much were these at the beginning?
These were on the web for $8.
$8 turns into $300 on the secondary market for Sydney's Bathwater Bliss from Dr. Squatch.
and I know you guys are gonna be like, "What are you? Why is this? Why is this here?" But it is drawn. It is. It is like a comic art here. Um, I. I mean, I'll be honest. I forgot it. I forgot it was going on sale today. Because I knew that if you got one, you would be able to flip it.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would be $250 to $300 flip. Man. I mean, I don't understand this whatever you said, simp. I don't understand that, but yeah, I mean, I would have bought
simp
this
is like
myself.
one of those that it comes from like the term I think like sympathy friends, like every like guy that doesn't want to ask the chick out, he becomes their friend and like, you know, the person that they talk to. But it's turned into a term on the internet for people that like, you know, give all the money to those like hot tub streams and stuff like that. You know
What?
You know what I'm talking about? The girls that like go in the hot tub on Twitch and like really weird loners at home. Just send them money.
I put some really I do some really weird searches for the Almost 10 and for comic books, but I don't know anything about this paying people to watch a hot tub.
Dude, a girl was selling her real bath water, Stein, for like $250 a jar.
Well, this is what this is. I mean, they actually in the soap is her bath water.
I know, but that's where this comes from, is from those guys who were watching those streams and a girl started selling her bath water. So crazy.
Okay.
OnlyFans subscribers, simps. Yes, you got it. Shout out to Ghost Sapper. But now they're no longer simps, they're investors because they just made $300 on an $8 buy-in. Did anybody out there get any
simps will probably try and contact Sydney and go, "I'd like to donate this money to your charity."
I mean, okay, so this is going to be really stupid. How long before one of these is signed, and then graded? I was going to say CGC'd.
Did you know that Sydney Sweeney was an MMA fighter, Stein, and that she trained with Ronda Rousey?
This Sydney Sweeney?
100%. Yes.
There ain't no way.
I'll show you, bro. This is crazy.
She couldn't do a cross. She couldn't. There's no way she could punch a cross. There's no way.
Dude, you're gonna trip, bro.
She's got. There's no way she could get a cross.
You're gonna trip. Hold on. 100%.
Fart jars. What?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. She trained with Ronda Rousey, dude. She was actually an MMA. She was here she is right here. Look.
That's her. She's just messing. That's not
I'm telling you, this is true.
Nah. Ain't no way.
Ain't no way. 40 years.
Oh, wasn't she training for that movie about Christy Martin though?
She could have been. Let's see here. Let's look. Sydney Sweeney has background in mixed martial arts, including training in grappling and kickboxing. She even won a grappling tournament at age 18, competing against male opponents in higher weight class. While she has since focused on acting, she still practices MMA in her spare time and has been training for role-playing a boxer. She began MMA at 14 and trained for 6 years. At 18, she participated in grappling competition where she won first place against male opponents. Yeah, man. 100%. That's crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any
$8 buy-in
Sydney Sweeney cards out there?
All right, so now that this has blown up and is like, okay, what are we going to see next?
Oh, who is next?
Either who is next or what is literally the next. I mean, obviously Dr. Squatch has made a fortune off of this, for not really doing anything other than making their soap, just like they make. Which I like their soap. I have their soap, but
so you bought some, is what you're saying.
I would have bought this. I would if it was there, because like I said, I knew that the resale on it was going to be crazy. But yeah, I mean, no, like right now, I think I'm using the Darth Vader soap or something like that they have.
Andre the Giant Loofah.
I'm just wondering. I mean, there's got to be something.
They're going to integrate parts into something and sell that.
Why would anybody buy? Why would you want something to fart? That doesn't make any sense.
Because people were buying jars of farts from.
Why?
Who knows?
First of all, there's no way that even stays in there.
What are you talking about?
No.
Yeah, have you ever buttercup somebody, Stein?
What?
Have you ever heard of the buttercup?
No. What?
You've never heard of the buttercup, dude?
Oh my gosh.
So
No,
the buttercup,
I don't even know what that means.
The buttercup is where you fart in your hand and you close it and you release it under somebody's nose. You cup a fart and you close it and you release it under somebody's nose.
There's no way that works.
Oh
my god.
Oh my god. I
feel like it works.
There's no way.
I swear to God, dude. Is anybody else? Look, see, Chad Cave calls it a cup of cheese. He must do it on people all the time, bro. Here's how I found out about a buttercup. I had a buddy who his mom would buttercup people.
No.
She would walk up to you, fart in her hand, and release it in your face.
Why you call it a buttercup?
Because you're cupping a fart in your hand, and we just called it a buttercup. Cup of soup. Brandon Seeger calls it a cup of soup.
First of all, I can't even believe we're like literally talking about this on YouTube.
Well, you asked the question, what was next, and that's the bottles of like bathwater was a thing, and then next was the bottle of farts. So they're trying to figure out something to integrate with farts now.
Yeah.
There's a cereal.
It's gonna be like a whoopee cushion or something like that, or something stupid. And it's gonna be like $5, and then people are gonna pay like $300 for someone's fart and a whoopee cushion. That's what it's gonna be, something stupid like that.
Oh man, that's funny
Okay,
shit, dude.
Okay, Ben, if you want to look up amaranth, what is that?
Amaranth?
What's an amaranth clip?
Amaranth. That's the girl who would sell her bathwater.
Oh, that's a person.
Yeah, Amaranth. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Almost 10.
Buttercup.
Starting off our Hot 10 list with our
it's probably not going to be as fun as what we just talked about.
Golden Age honorable mention. This actually is kind of crazy. When you put this book up, I was like, is this the right book? I was like, what
it is the right book.
Right? This is nuts. Adventures into the Unknown, issue number 41, had a crazy sale this last week, which like every Golden Age honorable mention, but this one is really weird. I would never expect this to be a big book.
No. First of all, I don't know how you get a CGC 9.4. I don't. Again, it has to be time traveling. Shout out to Mighty Mel. $5,800 for that. The prior high in any grade for this book was a 7.0 that sold for $350, and this sold for almost $6,000.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that character is. Why is he wearing like a, I don't know, like looks like
a tunic?
Yeah, I don't know what he's got going on there.
Weird.
Yeah, it's just a weird book.
Yeah.
And I don't.
It's a zombie Shakespeare, huh?
I guess.
America's first and greatest supernatural. So,
Oh, is he at a theater show? Because isn't that the top of the stage?
yes. Maybe it's like what is it? Phantom of the Opera type stuff.
Oh, that's why I was saying Shakespeare and stuff like that because of the poofy arms.
Yeah.
With the stripes and all that.
Wookie Fodder says, I don't trust Golden Age books at these prices.
So, I mean, the big draw to this is it's a 9.4, and I don't think there's any higher. So
from 1953.
I mean, I think when you go to some of these like nosebleed collectors, all they want is just the highest grade, and that's what they want.
And they'll pay any price, and so will their buddies.
Yeah, because they know that's all they want is they just want to have the top of the census.
They want the bragging rights.
I mean, I know that feeling. I mean, I've got some books that are sitting alone at the top of the census, and I don't want to give them up. And I mean, it would take thousands to pull them out of my hand. So I can understand that.
Yeah. It's cool. All right. Next honorable mention this week is Revival issue number 1 is back on the Hot 10 list from Image in 2012. A new series coming out, right? Is it already out? Did it just come out? I can't remember.
I don't know. I mean,
it's on like the Sci-Fi Network or some shit like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, raws of this were like 25, which was still really good because I mean but now they're up to 40 to 45. 9/8 are like, oh, so it's coming out next week. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Does the chick look like who Jenny Frison drew?
Kind of.
Yeah, totally.
Well, whoever bought this for $4 and is selling it now is smart.
Yeah. Yep. And a lot of people bought this just because it's a Frison cover.
Yeah.
So.
I like the is it the second print that's the blue background?
Yes.
Or the third print?
It's the second.
That one just looks different. I like the way that one looks with the blue.
They have a facsimile of this and a foil. It's so stupid. So dumb. What a waste. Cash grab.
Blue.
Yeah.
What con does it release at? Or did it just release at Dallas?
Who knows?
Was this at Dallas?
It's on FOC. It's on Zabit says it's on FOC this.
Yeah, there's a lot of reprints on FOC, man. Like of shit that like the old guard and shit like that. And I'm like, what the fuck?
It's the hype to show. The smart with Image.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why they would do it. I mean, DC and Marvel have done it for all their top books. So
you're ruining the coolness of foil.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're ruining the coolness of these older books. Yeah.
Yeah, this back issue books that no one can find. That not only did it make it was it cool that it was a Frison, it was hard to find too, right?
Right.
So now that you have a foil reprint, it's just like kind of like eon.
Yeah.
Maybe we just say the book is plentiful. That way they won't make a facsimile of it,
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think they care.
I would assume, yeah, I'm sure stores ask for it too. Like, do you have any more back issues of this in the warehouse somewhere?
See, Zabit's right. They should have just done one of the Image First books of this for $1. But you're right. It's because people will go buy the foils. It's shiny. We love shiny things.
But I mean, they already did an Image First of this one, though.
We'll put it out again. Because that's all they're trying to do, right? Is to put it out.
Image seconds. Image second.
Second print Image First.
Yeah.
1 in 25.
It's not like it's the first time they've done that before.
Yeah, they did a couple Image First for Invincible and Walking
A
Dead
couple
or
different
stuff
books.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but see, I hate all the Invincible stuff too. I mean, they basically reprinted all the key issues like 50 times now.
I
Yeah.
mean, you know, if people keep on buying it, what's gonna get them to stop printing it?
Well, I don't disagree. They could just come up with good stories again.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the first thing. But two, like you can't even. It's hard. It's really hard to even figure out what you're even buying anymore. Like it's really confusing.
Yeah.
I just don't think. I don't think it's good long term.
Agree. 100%. All right. At number 10 this week, I love this cover of Spawn. Spawn issue number 270 from 2017. There is also a sketch cover of this, but this one looks better than the sketch, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, this was like a $50 book, which is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But this week it's moved up to 100 to 100 and a quarter. I think there's a first appearance in this, but
it is.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, there is a first appearance. I'll tell you the name. This is 270, right?
Mm-hmm.
First appearance is.
Oh man, if I had $1 every time I said, well, according to Stein,
First appearance of Soul Crusher.
I think I would have $1. I'm just joking.
So many good Spawn books throughout the run that people don't realize are very collectible still that will bring big money. I've sold Spawn books from the 150 to 310 for more money than I think any other book I've sold throughout history. Like all those books from, 150 to 300, I would say a vast majority of them you could sell for $50 to $300 raw if they're in decent grade. So, all right. At number 9, can't have a hot list without a Mark Spears book, and issue number 5 is finally out. The 1 in 25 is selling for a decent amount on the secondary market. We still haven't gotten our polybagged versions yet. There was a problem with the shipping. Something happened where the shipping got messed up from the polybags. That's coming straight from Mark. We found out on Wednesday night. Last
Which
Wednesday.
what are the polybag ones? The
polybagged ones are the homage to New Mutants 98, and they come polybagged just like X-Force number 1 with cards.
Oh, okay,
and there's
cool.
4 different cards that you can collect, and I think two of them are short printed. So
nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very cool. Mark's one of us, man. He knows what we like because he likes them too, and he really wants to do that. He wants to do the cool stuff that we loved when we were, going to our comic
I thought it
shops.
was cool that Mark put Igor's name in there.
Take a last look, Igor. That's awesome. Cool. How much is it selling for?
35 to 40.
Not bad.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, like the metal one with the like the creature from the Black Lagoon or whatever that's on the cover.
Uh-huh.
Those are selling for like $100, but it's $100 cover price. So
yes,
it's hard to tell how many of those are actually out there.
And there was a special drop on the web store too. So congrats to the people that got those. Monsters continues to rock. All I'm going to say is this. This year is not even halfway done. And the stuff that's going to come out over the next 5 months or whatever, until the end of the year, until the end of this year, however much time we have, is going to blow everybody away when it comes to monsters. I'm telling you guys. If you think that we talk a lot about monsters now, just wait until September, October, November area.
I was going to say, I mean, I would assume that he's probably trying to ramp it up for Halloween time.
Monster and the Wolf prequel Kickstarter's getting ready to ship. He just had the Kickstarter, the Halloween card set Kickstarter, and Stein, just wait, man. That's all I'm going to say. Just wait. Moving on, number 8 this week, Marvel Knights, The World to Come, the special one per store surprise black and white variant from Joe Quesada came out.
Is it a surprise that it came out, or was it a surprise that why do we have this? And
it's
why
a surprise.
Is it in black and white?
Well, the stores didn't know they were going to get them, so he just sent one per store to the stores. So, Marvel. This is supposed to be a good storyline. It's in the
I was going to say, can the store send it back? Thanks anyway.
There were a ton of these to sell, like a ton. Most of them were in like the $30 to $45 range. I'm not really sure the appeal of it. I mean, it's not like it's basically just a bunch of words.
Yeah, it's not a good cover.
I'm a little confused, but.
Mm-hmm. Hector Ortiz says, has anybody read a Monsters book? Don't hear many, if anyone, ever mentioned to read it. We talk about it all the time. That's one of our biggest things is that if you've never opened that book, there's a big problem because the interiors are just as good as the covers. The storyline is amazing. Mark writes, writes, cover artists, and draws the interior, or does the interiors on the book. So
I can no longer piss off Mark because I've now read the first 3 issues.
And the people that have gotten the Kickstarter have read the first 8 issues.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I've only read one because that's all I have. I don't have any of the other ones.
Moving on to number 7 this week. Predator vs. Spider-Man, issue number 1, the second print, Virgin 1/25 from Ryan Brown. Great cover. Really good series, I hear, too. So far. All the Predator alien stuff that they've done at Marvel, I hear is good. Surprisingly good. Surprisingly good. So.
Yeah, this one looks good. I like the look at this cover. That's the. Is there a trade dress of this? I'm assuming on the first print.
Yeah, on the first print. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the only downfall. I wish that they would just. I mean, I even like the scratches over Spidey's mask. That's pretty detailed there. But I wish this would just be its own cover.
It's pretty messed up what they did with Aunt May and the Predators,
What'd they do?
I can't believe they put that in a comic book, man. It was crazy.
Hood always making people think twice. 35 plus on
now.
this. Not
what
bad.
do you do?
Is anybody stoked to see the new animated series for this? I saw the trailer and then they got a new TV series coming out, right? Is it a new TV series coming out? There's like 2. There's a live action and an animated, I think, or a movie and an animated series.
Woo.
Yeah. At number 6 this week, Exquisite Corpses, issue number 1, the Scotty Young variant, limited to 750. It was a web store variant, of course, or a retailer exclusive by Scotty Young, as we know it.
Yeah, last week this was selling for like $50, which I don't know. My guess is if he usually charges what, like 35,
25, 30,
something like that.
But depending on the title, right?
Yeah. So these were selling on eBay last week for like 50, and this week they are selling for 110. So they jumped up dramatically from last week.
I love the variants for this because there's some really good ones. Obviously, we love the Pete Carroll variant through Big Clutch and JJ's, limited to 500. There's the Pool Boy one through Billy's that's limited to 500. And then there's a limited to 400 Sveta that's really good also. That just came in the mail for me the other day. There's some really good variants for this, and the story is going to be excellent. It's going to be really good. So, at number 5 this week, Grommets is back on the list. I love this. Out of nowhere, issue number 1, the 1 in 10 from David Lapham, the 7-Eleven cover, which is kind of everybody's favorite, I think, right? This and the Mohawk cover, the Rancid homage.
Yeah, so
favorite.
over the past couple weeks, this book has went from $50 to $80 to $100, and now it is $125 for this.
Wow.
And it's just like every continuous sale has gone up like another $25.
You should check the Deadly Class variant.
Yep.
With the 7-Eleven to see if that's going up also.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what the price is on 7-Eleven Day.
Speaking of David Lapham, Rick Remender, that Deadly Class, very cool. Was that Lapham too on Deadly Class? Can't remember. I know it was Remender.
Yeah.
So, if you guys haven't picked up another variant from this, you guys can go to beyondwednesdays.store and get the very first Beyond Wednesdays variant, which is this Grommets number 7, limited to 500 if you're a Grommets fan. If you're not a Grommets fan, I suggest you become a Grommets fan and check out the series. It's one of the best written comic books in a long time. So, very, very cool. Especially if you grew up in the 80s and 90s.
It was Wes Craig on Deadly Class.
Wes Craig,
right.
Okay. All right. So, man, that's such a good cover. At number 4 this week, Storm, issue number 9. Jeff DeCall makes it back on the list with this 1 in 25 that came out this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one's doing like 35 to 50. Quite a few sold.
It's badass.
Yeah, all the black, it's like the shades of black and gray all over the place. Kind of just make the cover just kind of stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this is just for the regular or the 1 in 100?
No, this is a 1 in 25.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. Yes, this is a 1 in 25. You're right. I apologize. So.
Well, you should be sorry.
Yeah, Brian.
She's too mean. She's too mean in this one. She looks like she's gonna beat my ass, dude.
I mean,
mad.
I hear you talking shit about me.
You right? Looks like I owe her some money. Moving on to number 3. Speaking of Sveta, Nightwalkers issue number 1, the very first professional comic book art of Sveta Shabina, limited to, this is the crazy part, limited to 250, is on the list at number 3.
Yeah, so we talked about it slightly last week. There had basically never been a sale of this book other than what she sold through either her Etsy or maybe you probably could have been able to buy this at the Source Point. I know that they like when they do shows and stuff like that, they sell a lot of their books there, so you probably could have purchased it there, but that was about it. But nobody had ever sold it on eBay. And this week, two different copies sold on eBay, one for 180 and one for 300.
That's crazy.
And it's going to continue to go up, I think, especially being so limited. So, very, very rare book. Doesn't even, and you could tell it's early because it doesn't have that Sveta, the complete Sveta style yet, you know? So.
I mean, she's got the long fingers and, you know, the kind of the same hair type look. But definitely the color scheme doesn't look like her.
Yeah.
Color palette now.
Yeah.
I used to date a chick with long fingers, dude. And like, come to find out, like she was kind of like a kleptomaniac. So the tell is like, if you meet a girl with long fingers,
she's a man.
Little bit, no, she's a thief.
Good to know.
Yeah. Like
I totally forgot.
Anywhere, dude, and all the utensils, she'd steal them and shit.
I totally forgot that this was limited to $250 until I saw the cover price thing today.
What'd you say, Brian?
I totally forgot that this was limited to $250 until I saw the cover price, listing today when I was getting the information on this, and that blows me away, man. Absolutely blows me away. So, next at number 2 this week, Jim Henson's Labyrinth, issue number 8, the David Mack 1 in 25. Supposed to be Jennifer Connelly. Doesn't look like Jennifer Connelly, but it's really good though still to me.
Yeah, it kind of looks like almost a cross of Jennifer Connelly and Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yes. Yeah.
From Seinfeld.
I can see that in there.
But I will say, so anybody probably in their maybe late 30s to mid 50s, our generation just had a huge crush on Jennifer Connelly.
Totally.
And pretty much anything that would be put out with her is going to be probably wanted.
Yep.
Penny Benjamin.
Is that the movie where she was trapped in the store with, what's his name? What was that movie where she was trapped in the store with that one guy?
Oh yeah, she was jumping on that level.
Yeah.
Doing the roller skates through
in the roller
store,
skates. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
See, Real Fake Comics says she has Elaine hair. That's what, when I looked at it, I thought that was my first thought was Elaine, but
I still don't like the hair in the back.
Yeah.
Because we looked at this book on Wednesday. It throws me off, the perception of where her head is.
Yeah.
And her whatever this part of her hair is called.
Yep, career opportunities.
That's what it was called.
Yeah. Yep. Why don't they just do a photo cover of her?
Great point.
Right, that'd be easy. Hey, sorry, David. David. We don't need your art this week. We're just gonna put a photo.
Just do a photo cover of her. But
yeah. All right, you guys. The number 1 book of the week. You knew it was going to be here. Even though it was a second print Virgin 1 in 25, and they also did a second print, the same cover this week. Wolverine issue number 8, the Daniel Warren Johnson reprint is on the list.
This is so stupid.
This is stupid. I agree, Stein. Very stupid.
They just take out the trade?
They just took out the trade.
No, the second print has the trade. It's just I think the trade is in a different color.
Yeah, I think it's in white.
I think
this is the negative second print.
God, this is just.
God, this blows.
No, I can't. I can't wait for this book to get the Gleason treatment. When are we gonna see it in red and then yellow, blue?
Blah, blah, blah. You can get the first print, for way less, and it's the exact same cover.
It looks better
for $10 now.
No, it's not $10, but still, it's why would I pay $100 for this when it's the exact same book? I don't understand.
Here's the bigger question, Stein. Which one do we put on the cover of the year bracket? The first print?
Neither. I hate it. I hate this cover.
Well, see the difference with this cover. This one has 59 arrows, and the first print has 44.
Dude, this has to go on the cover of the year list. It has to. This is.
It'll lose in round 1.
You think so?
Yes.
No way. I bet you it goes deeper.
No.
I mean, yeah.
I love it.
It's
I still love it. I think it's a cash grab and it's stupid, and it ruined the collectability of a regular non-ratio cover, which is very rare and should be just held up as a trophy instead of reprinting it twice on this, the next week. Like, sucks.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they're gonna give it the Gleason treatment.
They probably will. But unfortunately, that's the state of a lot of what we're seeing anymore.
80 to 100 on the secondary market.
What? Somebody, I got it. I only paid 100.
So the first print's selling for like 40 to 60? Is that what it's selling for right now?
It may not even be that much because it's just a B cover, but I think the first print, I think it's pretty much holding. It's not like it's doing terrible or anything like that, but I just
real fake put Rip Wolverine's right nut.
Yeah.
See, I don't think we're complaining about second prints. I don't know if Battle Beast #1 second print is going to do the one incentives to it. I think we're more complaining that it's doing a second print incentive.
Yeah.
Because it's artificially inflating second print numbers for retailers to buy at least 25 copies to get this cover.
Well, and it's literally the exact same cover as what was on the first print, and then they did a second print, which is the exact same cover, and then they made a version of the exact same cover.
It's a lazy cash grab.
Yeah, they're just printing the same book over and over again. They're not doing anything different. And
lazy.
It's dumb.
They're giving the sports card parallels without releasing all the parallels at the same time.
Yeah,
they're gonna
it just doesn't make any sense.
They're gonna do a glow in the dark of this.
Now, see, if they did a glow in the dark, that would at least be something different.
Yes.
Now, see, they're gonna be lazy about it. You're thinking too big. They're gonna do inverted colors. Then they're gonna do something stupid like foil,
red,
like spot foil or something like that. Red.
Oh, they won't do spot foil. That costs too much.
Yeah, too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could invert the colors because that's just a click of a button.
Right, to make it black or white. Yeah.
It also kind of dumbs. It kind of makes the Daniel Warren Johnson art not as cool to me. And it's so good. Like, I look at this, I know some people don't like it, and I don't understand how, but this is, to me, is immediately in top 5 covers of the year right now. So far. I think it's so good. But this dumbs it down now for me. So we'll see. Maybe we'll see. That is the Hot 10 list for this week. You guys got anything interesting coming up this week? Next week? The end of the week?
Tomorrow night.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Next week I'll be driving to vacation.
Nice.
Let me get the name of the venue. I think it
playing a show tomorrow night in Corpus Christi, right?
Yep, in Corpus Christi, we are playing Slam Master Fest. This is going to be at House of Rock, which is on 511 Star Street, which is downtown Corpus Christi.
There you go.
If you buy tickets in advance, it's $15, but if you buy tickets at the door, it will be $20. But if you don't want to go to the show, I will be at Most Wanted Comics with Redhood. So they're paying me an appearance fee there too. So
they're gonna give you that. They're gonna give you that Turtles book.
Oh yeah, just for showing up.
Yeah, and Solo Wookiee says he's going to be there. So
yeah.
That's awesome.
So I'll be
yeah,
signing
bro.
autographs. No, I'm just joking.
Get lots of video.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
man.
So, all right, good shit, you guys. Come hang out with us tomorrow night, Modern Comic Mayhem. It'll be lots of fun. So we'll see you there. Stein, what do you say?
This was an interesting show, right?
It was a good one.
Yeah.
It was a very good one.
The Buttercup was the best part.
Yes. Yeah. We're going deep into lore tonight. The clips will be made. So,
dude, awesome, dude.
All right, I'll see you.
All right.
All right, starting off with our Golden Age honorable mention, Adventures into the Unknown, number 41, a CGC 9.4 sale this week of $5,800, which is absolutely crazy because the prior high sale in any grade was a 7.0 that sold for $350. That's like a $5,000, $5,500 come up. Our regular honorable mention this week, Revival, issue number 1, new TV series coming out in a couple days, has this one selling on the secondary market with raw sales of $40 to $45 for issue number 1. A classic old school Jenny Frison cover. At number 10, Spawn, issue number 270. I'm telling you guys, be on the lookout for those Spawn books in between $150 and $300. 90% of them are great buys if you can get them cheap enough. And this one proves that. Secondary market sales of $100 to $125 plus was a $50 book, is now surging in the secondary market. There's also a sketch cover of this. At number 9, no hot list without a Mark Spears book in sight. And we have him at number 9 this week with Monsters issue number 5. And the 1 in 25 is selling for $35 to $40 on the secondary market. Recently came out this week. And at number 8, Marvel Knights, The World to Come. The issue 1 per store black and white surprise variant drawn by Quesada is selling for $30 to $45 on the secondary market. This one also came out this week. At number 7, another book from this week, Predator vs. Spider-Man, issue number 1, the Ryan Brown second print version, 1 in 25, is selling for $35 plus. Ryan Brown always putting out those great covers. And at number 6, Exquisite Corpses, issue number 1, the Scotty Young web store variant, limited to $750, is selling for $110 raw on the secondary market. This one was at $50, and it's now up to $110. At number 5, a classic Grommets cover. This is the 1 in 10 7-Eleven cover from last year. My favorite series of last year, one of the best written comic books in a long time, from Rick Remender, Brian Posehn, Brett Parson, and crew. This issue is selling for a grip. When it first showed up, it was a $50 book, then $80, then $100, now at $125 on the secondary market. Love the Grommet series. Please get a chance to check them out. At number 4, Storm, issue number 9, the Jeff DeCall 1 in 25. Another book out this week is selling for $35 to $50 on the secondary market. Beautiful cover right here. At number 3, Sveta continues her reign at the top of all the hot lists. Her very first professional comic work is selling now that people are looking for her stuff. This is a rare cover. Nightwalkers issue number 3, limited to 250 copies, is selling anywhere from $180 to $300. There's very few of these out there, but when they sell, they're going to sell big. Keep an eye out for them. At number 2, Labyrinth, issue number 8, the David Mack 1 in 25, selling for $100 plus on the secondary market. Another new book out this week, along with this one. At number 1, Wolverine number 8, the second print Virgin 1 in 25, Daniel Warren Johnson cover. there's a lot of talk about this book right now, and feels like another cash grab from the big publishers, just reprinting a really good A cover as either a 1:100 ratio, a second print 1:25. It's starting to get tiring, and I think a lot of people are looking at it like, But I tell you what, FOMO is a real deal, and this one's selling for $100 plus on the secondary market. What's it going to do to the first print? We'll have to keep an eye on that. And this is the House of Stein Hot 10 show and list for June 6, 2025. We'll see you next time. Adios.